If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Let's get into it.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of TED Talks Guitars and Life. Well, my friends, you are looking at the Squier Classic Vibe 50s by Fender. This is the Squier Classic Vibe that I bought from my good friend Avery over at MusicNGear. Hey man, if you guys don't know about Avery's channel, head on over to MusicNGear. Tell Avery I sent you over, man. Great cat, great content, great vids, man. Great live streams. Yeah, man. Say great one more time, Jack. Great. Yeah, man. Check Avery out. Good news, bad news. Good news, I've got my Cowbee and Rocco Cat coffee cup. I did find one copacetic cookie in the kitchen. Bad news, guys, I had to put milk in my coffee like a caveman, Jack. Yeah, man, I prefer a little hazelnut goodness, my friends, but I had to go old school milk. But hey, that ain't why we're here, baby. That ain't why we're here. What we're going to do in this video today is we're going to make some upgrades, changes, modifications, and do some repair work to the Squier Classic Vibe, man. Why don't you go on out to the kitchen and get yourself a cookie and a coffee? Maybe you got the right creamer. I don't know. Whatever it is you dig, man. Meet me back at the workbench, baby. Come on, man. Get up. Get your snacks, man. We got work to do. Let's get into it. Alright, my friends, in this video we are going to begin to tackle all of this project list right here and anything else that we might discover along the way. We'll see how far we can get in this particular video. I don't want the video to be incredibly long, although I don't know the textbook definition of incredibly long. Seems to me that those of you who hang out with me on the regular are here for the win, Jack. Oh, hey, if it's your first time, welcome, man. Come on back anytime and hang out with us at TED Talks Guitars and Life. We do a live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 Central Standard Time with lots of cool folks hanging out in the comments. Hey, man. And by cool folks, I never mean me, Jack. I mean the good people who hang out on the regular, man. Hey, special shout out to the Jacks, our channel members, and for all of you who have taken any time today to hang out with me and talk about guitars and life. All right, let me get my coffee cookie out the way. Although I really want to eat that cookie, man. It's staring me down, baby. This is the pumpkin spice Milano coffee. Milano? No, Milano. Get it straight. Oh, come on, man. Don't worry, guys. We'll edit all that out about the cookie. We don't edit our mistakes out. Oh, that's right. We don't edit our mistakes here on the channel. All right, Squier Classic Vibe 50s. Here's the project plan. Number one, I got fretwork to do, and I've got network to do. Now, again, I will just remind everybody that Avery tried to talk me out of buying this guitar, not because it's not a good guitar potentially, but just the frets and the neck, just a little wonky. And he was encouraging me to go out and buy a new Fender Strat neck and put it on. But man, I can't put a Strat neck on a Tele body. I don't go for that chick. So anyway, so we're going to see if we can salvage this. All right, couple key issues. One, this particular guitar, the 3rd or 4th fret catches that string. See that? And that string is locked unless you grab it, pull it out. That's no bueno. That means no good. So, and I can also do that up here. I could probably do that multiple places. Okay, now what we're going to be trying to do, so I've got about 4 frets doing that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I never can tell what you can see or not. So we've got some fret work to do. Now I think if I take my beveling level and my fret files, I think I can remedy that. I'd really like to do that with the strings on, just so I can test it to see if it'll pull. But I don't know if I can get away with doing that or not. Anyway, we got fret work to do. Then we've got some network. Network? No. Neck work. Can you kind of see how you got some bare wood pieces here? Not really bare, but just discolorization. Okay. Guys, I don't mind. I'm not a cosmetic person. I consider all of that to be character. Let me get you a good shot of this over here. I think you'll be able to see this better. Maybe. Can you see kind of that? How it's kind of chewed up a little bit right there. So that has inspired me to take my beveling level and go to town on this bad boy. One, I've got to get these frets where they ain't catching strings. And two, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if I evened out all of that. And then maybe we could put a little stain or something on it. I don't know. I kind of like the wear and tear look, truthfully. But the main thing is functionality, my friends. The main thing is functionality. The other thing about this fingerboard is that we do have glue residue. I think that these frets have been re-glued. And again, I'll have to go back and check with Avery. I don't know if he did that or the owner before him did it. He bought it used and was going to do a project with it, and it sat around. He never got around to it. So let me just kind of add that to the list. Fingerboard. AKA the fretboard. That depends on who you ask. Anyway, so fretwork, neck work, fingerboard. All right, guys, that is the project plan. Oh, look, my marker turned into a cookie. Pause for the cookie, I guess. Yeah, man, that's a good cookie. Doesn't make up for the fact I'm out of creamer, but that's okay. All right, guys. Well, first order of business, I need to de-string this guitar, take that neck off, and then we'll get back and talk about it, baby. Hey, stick around, guys. Ought to be a good ride. Well, all right, my friends, so we are back. Just a couple things that I picked up along the way. 3 out of 3 of these tuners are pretty good. That pole doesn't move. This is a little loosey-goosey for my purposes, but the poles are at least tight. But they are really loose to turn. I like a tuner with a little bit of not slop in it. Now these, by contrast, that one pretty much wobbles. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. So, you know, that one's better, but still loose. Anyway, I've had those tuners on my other Squier Classic Vibes. They do okay. I actually, on the guitars that I kept that were Squier Classic Vibes, I did replace those with locking tuners. I certainly did. Just because the way I roll, baby. All right. What I know about this board is that it is a 9.5 radius. According to the specs, we can confirm that together, you and I. Man, what are you guys working on, man? What's going on in your neck of the woods, man? Anybody got any cool projects going on? Yep. 9.5 radius board per the spec sheet that I found online at Fender. All right, guys, a couple things about this neck. Someone has taken some of the poly off the back, which I appreciate. I would have done that had they not done it. The way I do that is with a green Scotch-Brite pad, damp, cupped, and I go up and down the neck about 6 to 8 times. This was not done evenly. There's more taken off the bottom and the side than the top. Now, because I play with my thumb over the top a lot, I like that to be consistently smooth. So I will be dealing with that as well. I did already take the nibs down with my file. And this says Squier USA. I don't know what that means. I don't think the neck was made in the USA. I don't think that's what it means. Anyway, there's your part number. Again, this is a Squier 21 Classic Vibe Telly. Yep. White blonde, they call it. Now, the Squier Classic Vibes are supposed to have a bone nut in them. That nut looks like it has been glued in. I guess it could be poly buildup. It's hard to tell. Sometimes with a Fender product, when they poly the fingerboard, they poly over the frets. You know, so you never know what you're going to get. All right, so maybe you can see now from this vantage point kind of how some of this is chewed up a little bit and some of it is not. Again, that's character to me, and I really don't care. The only thing I care about is those frets catching my finger right there. Because if it's going to catch the flesh of my thumb, it's going to catch a guitar string. So 1, 4, and we were able to do it up here with a string. So, all right. First thing we need to do is make sure that we have a level fingerboard, a level guitar neck. Is this 3/16? I don't believe it is. Is it a 4 mil? It is a 4 mil. All right. Do we have any high frets? Well, let's find out, guys. Man, I pray that whatever you guys are doing today, man, that you are surrounded by people who love and affirm you, man. People who get you, you know what I'm saying? People who make you want to be a better version of yourself, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what you guys are for me, man. Not just talking about guitars, baby. I have appreciated the friendships that we've made. I really, really have. I was watching J-Man's channel yesterday. Jay, this will timestamp the vid for you. Jay is doing a giveaway on his channel. And somebody won the guitar and wanted Jay to give it to somebody who needed a guitar. Jay found a young man to give it to, and next thing he knows, he's got people buying the kid an amp and sending him stuff. Great vids, Jay. Appreciate your heart, man. You are a blessing to a lot of people, my brother. And I know you were just the vehicle, as you would say, but you know, guys, you got to be willing to be a vehicle, man. You know? That's the thing about it. You can't just say, well, I didn't really do anything. I just was the person who delivered it. Well, that is something. All right, guys, we've got 2 high frets. Now the question becomes, can we level just those 2 and not have to do the rest of them? Oh, see how bad it is. I'll take the file I got off the Zon, because it takes a little bit more meat off than the StewMac does. I'm going to collect my thoughts for a minute. All right, let's do it. So, hey, maybe you've never done this before. Guys, I know a lot of you who hang out on the channel can do everything that I do, not only better than I can do it, but you've been doing it longer. You got a lot of wisdom. Put it in the comments for sure. But for those of you who've never done anything like this is a fret file, okay? No. This is a crowning file that I got off Amazon. Super cheap. This is a crowning file I paid a lot of money from at the good folks at StewMac, because all their stuff is expensive, Jack. They both do the same thing. This one off the Zon tends to take a little bit more meat off than that one. So I'm going to use this one kind of gingerly. And I'm trying to focus on about half of that line up. That's where you see how I don't, okay, you take your fret rocker, put it across the 3 frets. It's not supposed to have any kind of seesaw kind of thing. But you can tell that it does. Till I get right there. Same thing down here. All right, I'm going to take my file. I'm going to concentrate on that area. All right, we're good to right here. Gonna do the same thing. I'm not doing very much, guys. A little bit at a time, measure. A little bit at a time, measure. Having to do it more than once might seem inconvenient, but making that too low mess up your whole day. All right, now I have those copacetically level. I'm going to take my other crowning file now, my StewMac one. Okay, guys, so we did go ahead and just crown all of those just slightly. I just ran my crowning file over all the frets. 1 through 12, I went 5 passes. Then I went 10 passes, 12 through the 21. Because it won't hurt my feelings, and I do this with all my guitars. If the frets beyond the 12th fret are just a skosh shorter than the first 12 frets. That's just the way I do it. Put it in the comments, guys. How do you do it? Do you do that? I don't know. All right, we have level and crown frets. Now the edges. I think if I had all right, see how that gets up under there? But not here, not there. Let me mark them. I could take my fret file and I could do this. Okay, guys, if it's not obvious, what I'm attempting to do, look, if I took my beveling level and I did that, I'm going to chew up the side of this board even more. Now, it would be uniform, but I thought maybe what I could do, I could take my fret file and just kind of sort of go around it and kind of round it off. That's better. Doesn't catch my thumb. If I angle that paper right, I can get it in there. So I don't know if that's the best course of action or if I should just, let me get my beveling tool. Okay, my friends, well, we have copacetically did our best to file the edges of these frets. You can see my line here from my beveling level, and that's okay. I'm going to put a touch of gunstock 321 on there just to get something on that wood, and then we'll eventually I'm going to get the back of this done. In fact, let me get my Scotch-Brite pad. We'll take care of that. Stand by. Well, all right, my friends. So we have completed our neck work for the Squier Classic Vibe 50s Telly. I feel pretty good about all of that, Jack. What did we do? Well, we did copacetically take care of a couple of high frets, and then we did do the fret work. I'm pretty sure my strings are not going to go up under those frets any longer. Only time will tell, you understand? That's why I wanted to do it with the strings on it so that I could test it. By the way, I've cleaned those with lizard spit. These orange pads, I got them off the Zon. Dylan over at Dylan Talks Tone sells those as well on his channel, a version of that product. You might check that out or check them out on the Zon if you're interested in that. It's just an alternative to polishing wheels, Dremels, 4/0 steel wool. Guys, the fingerboard isn't perfect, and that's okay. You could tell in the work that I did, and even in the fast forward video when I wasn't doing running commentary, that I did end up, there's words I was looking for, taking some sanding apparatuses to the fingerboard. I did take a razor blade and I attempted to clean up the glue around the frets that had been re-glued. The edges of the fingerboard, I decided not to put stain on that, just to let that ride, because I like the look of that. I don't know, put it in the comments. I can always go back and throw some gunstock 321 on there later, and I may do that. I did also copacetically take my green Scotch-Brite pad, and man, that neck is, man, it's smooth as glass, baby. And I ain't even put the Howard feed wax on there yet. Man, when I do that, this baby's gonna fly, man. Ain't no joke about it. Fret ends are non-existent. Life is good. Fingerboard we talked about. Did the best I could on that. Guys, the neck work, I think we're done here with this particular portion of the Squier Classic Vibe. Now the tuners, guys, I'm just going to say it, man. I don't think the tuners are fantastic. However, that said, I haven't had the guitar long enough to really evaluate the tuners. I just know they're a little janky. They're a little wobbly. Some of them, 3 out of the 6 are loosey-goosey, and, I don't know. I'm going to reinstall the tuners so that when we put this guitar all back together, I'm just going to have to assess the tuners in real time. I don't have the budget to go out and buy locking tuners for every project, so I need to slow my roll a little bit on that deal. And yeah, man, that's what we're going to do. Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me on another crazy journey with a guitar neck jack. Yeah, guys, hey, I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out. I sure dig hanging out with you guys and talking about guitars and life. You guys are the best. Hey, guys. Well, before I cut you loose, hey, did anybody make it this far? Put it in the comments, Jack. Yeah, guys, so just an update. I did copacetically take a couple of different flavors of stain and put on the edges of this fingerboard. I just didn't want bare wood. Okay, it didn't do much by way of color, and that's okay. I didn't need it to change the color of anything. I just want it to be a little bit protected. I have also applied Howard Feed and Wax. So you may remember that I did take a green Scotch-Brite pad to the back of this neck to get some of that poly off. I also did it to the front. We did a razor blade. We did sanding, blah, blah, blah. So I put a little bit of this Howard Feed and Wax on the back of this guitar neck and on the fingerboard, my friends. And let me tell you, man, if you like a silky smooth guitar neck, check Howard Feed and Wax, man. I haven't found anything to beat it just yet myself. Put it in the comments if you know something I don't know, Jack. But yeah, man. So basically, you just put a little bit of that on a regular old paper towel, not a shop towel, a regular paper towel. Because here's the reason why. A regular paper towel has a little bit of a very fine grit to it. And so it does do a little bit of buffing and polishing along the way. Man, I can't stop. I can't stop touching this neck, baby. Oh my goodness, that feels fantastic. All right, Howard Feed and Wax for the win. A little bit of stain on the edges of that fingerboard. Life is good. Got fingerprints on the headstock. I did reinstall the tuners, as you can clearly see. I'm going to ride them out for a little while and see how they do in real time. I can always upgrade the tuners later, as I said in the vid. Okay, the other thing I want to say, and this is very important, guys. Okay, there's a lot of Squier folks out here, a lot of Squier fans, and I'm a Squier fan as well. Those of you who hang on the channel know that my journey began because I had a Squier Classic Vibe with some frets that were grabbing the strings, and I didn't know how to deal with that. Long story short, I started YouTubing, looking up solutions, and turned into a channel eventually. But the point is that every, and I'm saying every Squier Classic Vibe guitar I've had, every Squier Classic Vibe that I've had Strats and Tellies, had on the fret ends frets where strings could get up under there. I don't know what it is about these kind of guitars. I don't know what it is, quality control. I have no idea, guys. But that said, if you're willing to do the work or find someone to do the work for you, once you get the frets taken care of, man, I really do enjoy a nice Squier Classic Vibe guitar. Hey, Yard Man, it occurs to me I didn't give you a measurement, I don't think, or maybe I did. I don't know what I did and didn't do. Guys, I just don't know, man. I know it's been a good day. I just had tacos for lunch, man. 21.5 yard on the first fret. And that's mill, of course. And about, we're going to go with 22.1 on the 12th. But guys, you know, man, somebody's going to say in the comments, I got a Squier Classic Vibe. There wasn't anything wrong with my frets. Well, good for you, man. I ain't mad at you. I think, you know what I call that? I call that a good day, Jack. But I'm just saying, every Squier Classic Vibe I've had has had similar issues with unlevel frets, fret ends that needed to be dealt with, and particularly the issue of the high E string getting caught up under frets. So if you ever have to deal with that, maybe something we did in the vid might be helpful for you as you consider what you're going to do. Please consult other channels, people who know how to do things much better than I do. But guys, I got to tell you, I'm super pleased with this guitar neck now. I think we did salvage it. Time will tell in the playing when we get this all back together. But for right now, I'm going to call the neck done. We're going to move on to the body in the next vid, man. Hey, again, guys, special thanks to the Jacks, our channel members, and for all of you hanging out. I'll say it one more time because I mean it with my whole heart, Jack. You guys are the best.
As always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, man, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Rock on with your best selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.